And two teams looking to punch their ticket to Championship Sunday, Stanstead College and North American Hockey Academy. A battle of the Massachusetts-based team and the school up in Quebec. 20 commits between the two programs and an opportunity to clinch a spot in the finals. These two entered as the number 1 and the number 3 seed. Stanstead the top overall team. After reseeding, it's the 2-3 matchup. Stanstead falling all the way to the bottom of that group, already advanced to the championships. Northwood's the number 1 overall seed after group play. Stanstead rolling out a lineup for Rosalie Tremblay, the center committed to Wisconsin. Emily Labonte headed to Merrimack as a defensewoman. Laurie Aubin, the first team all JWHL All-Star, a UConn commit. Zoe Charland headed up to Vermont after a second team All-Star season. And Penelope Lavoie headed to Boston College after winning the D-Man of the Year award. And net, Ava D'Alessandro. On the opposite side, it'll be Jaden Ellis. The draw controlled by Tremblay. Swung across the blue line over to Lavoie. Plays it ahead back to Tremblay. Lifts it off the end wall. Chased down in the corner. Aubin back down below the goal line towards Tremblay. Trying to find the puck. Able to backhand it back towards the blue line. And thrown towards the net just off the stick of Charland. Goes to the sidewall, collects, and then stripped of the puck. Room to skate up the near wall from Ellen. But forced loose by Tremblay. Throws a hit on Taylor. Taylor going to BU next season. And then worked into the zone for a moment by NAHA before it's quickly exited the opposite way by Labonte. Played ahead as the defensive pairing change. Left behind and exited the opposite way. Taken off the stick. Makitsky Toth worked across the zone by Charland off the sidewall and exited by LaChance. The captain dumps it in deep. That's Quinn Taylor. Touched over by D'Alessandro. And up the near side, banked off the wall. One touch over, Moseley. Racing in the attacking zone goes Littner. Shot gloved. Here early in the first. Littner in the draw in the offensive zone. Flood on the opposite side, and a clock malfunction early here in the first period. Didn't start initially. Still showing 20 minutes. Draw one back by Flood. Worked towards the blue line, but kept in for the moment by Sharp. Had it knocked off her stick as she hits the ice. And hit thrown on Bonarigo. Flood leaves it back to Bonarigo. Circles behind her net, trying to come out the right side. Will backhand it back across behind the goal line. Manville, the Merrimack pledge, plays it out towards the blue line, carried out by Stanstead's LeBerge. Who leaves it behind into her own blue line, LaForge. LaForge slides it left to right. Sharp plays it forward. Littner unable to maintain possession, racing in the left side. Visser behind the net. Into the corner as it knocked off her stick right to a teammate. Richardson back up towards the blue line. Murphy plays it off the end wall. Tracks down on the opposite side, looking for an escape as LaForge. Played towards the neutral zone, touched ahead as Stanstead go off to change. Played towards left side, trying to beat the changing U19 squad as Morton looked to carry it in. Toby wraps it towards the left side, played ahead, Chenier. Racing in the attack zone, Tremblay. Tremblay on the left side, drives behind the goal, looking for an opportunity to find a feed. Instead, gets up towards the blue line, takes a hit, leaves it back down. Snapped across, shot flies high from Keisha Zonon. And worked back towards Tremblay, trying to split through a pair of NHA players, unable to. Backhanded out of the zone by Johnson, and then played at the blue line by Lavoie, but not out. Lavoie now able to backhand it towards Tremblay. Comes back into her own zone, throws a check, and collects the puck. Just over 2 minutes off the clock here. Tremblay flips it into the opposite corner. 5 fresh skaters over the boards for Stanstead. As it snapped forward, turned over in a dangerous position. Initially forced out wide, now trying to snap it across. Pampelon instead goes into the corner. Ahead, Blom looking for an option, taken away in the neutral zone. There's LaForge with the stick. Now backhanded across lane, deflected. Can't beat the keeper as crashing in. Barbosa had a follow-up effort, couldn't get a stick on it. Chipped off the end wall. And throwing a check from behind there was Blom. Barbosa clears the half line, plays it down. It's taken away, exited by Mailing, and swung forward once again towards Barbosa. Unable to handle in the neutral zone. Chance the other way. Rister blocked. LaChance was looking for the game's opener. Instead, it's Tremblay racing the other way. Clock frozen once again at 17:57. Left behind, shot off the end wall. As Aubin played it back towards the blue line. Sent down by Sharp, around towards the goal line. Aubin skates up, try to go back towards Tremblay. Stick in the way from Polini. But kept in the attacking zone, left back LeBlanc. LeBlanc snaps it towards that, deflected out in front by Aubin. Just couldn't find the net. Shoe snaps it right back over, and the stick explodes in LeBlanc's hands off the end wall. Taylor finds the puck after it was tied up, skates towards the middle before sending it ahead. Room to skate. It's the 3-time Hungarian U18 selection. Off the end wall. Plays it back out in front, but no one home other than Charland. Charland leaves it off to the right, skating forward. Littner has 4 chains behind her. She'll dump it off the end wall. But Rio found it first, gave it over to her teammate, snapped ahead. Biskov can't control in the neutral zone. Backhanded behind Tomey. Tomey up the right side, Muzzle. Into the end wall, a hit from Bonarigo frees it. At the blue line, shot deflected. Follow up there, unable to find an opening. It was LaBriche off the initial shot from Tomey. And clock issues have continued in this one, still reading 17:57. It's been stuck there for a few moments. Littner wins the drawback. Snapped across, Moseley. And Moseley trying to create a play along the blue line to maintain possession. Instead, LeBisser able to force it towards the teammate. Now taken away after a turnover. Deflected wide off the rip from Murphy. And behind the net's Richardson. Richardson pressured off the puck. Chance to go. Pass ahead by Moseley. Taken away and then forced another turnover in the neutral zone. Dumped down. Chasing is LaBriche. There's 4 chains behind her. She's tied up along the end wall. Eventually poked free. Backhanded behind Flood. Flood found her teammate who swings it ahead. But taken away in the neutral zone once again. Labonte turns up ice. Enters on the right side. Races towards the corner. But Flood and Manville closing on her. Force her to give up the puck. Behind the net's Murphy, who puts it into space. But Stanstead there to recover as it's back towards the blue line. Labonte. Long range effort deflected off the end wall. Aubin was going for the shot attempt, knocked to the ice as she did. Snap back towards Aubin, towards Zonon, but Aubin falls out in front of the net. Played down by Lavoie, then around by Chenier. Zonon takes a hit, loses the puck, thrown down ice towards a changing Stanstead bench. And went in through the open door. We'll see the call as no signal for too many men. 13:50 to go here, period number 1, as they'll move the draw out towards the neutral zone. Pamplona to take it. It's Flood on the other side. Correction, it's Morden taking the draw for NAHA. As this one back towards Stanstead, wrapped into the zone. Lavoie off the end wall. First one to play it, Mealing. Up the near side, played off the sidewall. Chance to skate there, just out of the reach of Polini. Would have been all alone in the attacking zone with a step on the 2 behind. Stringer deflects it as it comes into the zone. Into the corner, played back away from the Stanstead trio. Right towards Ellie Mealing. Swung up the near side. Polini cross ice, tipped in by Johnson, retrieved behind by Sharp. Sharp still another season of play for Stanstead after this year. As he's moved ahead, Barbosa, but not far enough to enter the zone. Mealing, the RPI commit over the half line. Try to carry it in, had Taylor behind, instead gives the puck up into the corner. LaForge there. Spins away from one, backhands it off the sidewall. Gives Charlin one to chase. It's touched back by Aubin to Charlin. Enters the left side. Correction, it's Tremblay who snaps it back. Now touched back by Charlin towards the blue line. Holding the line, Labonte. Plays it towards the end wall. Puck battle there between Manville and Tremblay. Tremblay emerges with it, but Manville able to strip it free. Works it around. Rodrigo plays it off to her right. The captain, Taylor, pressure in her own zone by Charlotte. Gives it up. Swung right back towards left side. As the defensewoman sends it down into the attacking zone and around. Ilsandra lets it go. Aubin trying to play it forward. Tremblay pokes at it. Can't get it. Flood able to keep it in the zone. Fires a shot towards the net. A big save by Ilsandra to keep it scoreless here. Moved over to Murphy. Murphy has two near the post, unable to get it there as her pass attempt knocked down by Tremblay. Sharp finds it in her own zone, leaves it behind the net for LaForge. LaForge plays it towards left, but taken away. Skating in, Taylor plays it across just behind Tegan Flood. Up the near side as Charlotte clears it. Murphy skates back, arm is up for the icing call. 13:50 showing on the clock. Flood to take the draw for North American as this one initially won back, couldn't tie up the wingers as Lavoie moves it off to the right. Beausoleil enters the zone, throws it off the end wall. Murphy, the first one back to retrieve, leaves it behind her to the near side. Came to Labisser initially before it's played towards the neutral zone, poked away from Lavoie, played into the attacking zone, waiting back for it was a Stanstead defenseman before it's tipped ahead off the stretch pass by Beausoleil. Backhanded behind by Murphy, into the corner. Richardson plays it ahead. Flood got a stick on it, couldn't control it though, as Lanier forced it free. Snapped down by Beausoleil. In towards the corner, Flood tracks back, pokes it towards the opposite corner. And on the near side, backhanded back towards the end wall by Labisser. Richardson on the right side, plays it off the wall. Has Flood to her left, instead plays it herself, trying to carry it into the zone. And offside is called. Flood, or correction, Richardson hit the ice into the attacking zone. Puck entered behind her. Clock still showing 13:50. Believe it's being accounted for by the officials on the ice at this point. Draw one back. As it's held for a moment before it's played forward. Johnson taps it towards the middle. It's getting on the left side, Morden. Into the attacking zone, but taken away Labonte. Plays it off to the left side, tapped ahead, and finding its way to the center. Greneau played towards the end wall. Greneau gives chase. As does she. Knocked free after it's fed in front. Kind of tried to play it towards the opposite side. Nobody home. It's forced behind. Greneau trying to battle for the two, or the defensive pairing changes for Stanstead. Up the near side, racing forward. Poked loose from Murphy. Controlled for the moment, Labonte. Labonte moves it off to the left side. LaForge plays it off to the right, just out of the reach of Tremblay, but took a deflection, no icing. 9:37 now showing on the clock. Going the other way, Bakitsky Toth. Toth's shot. So Toth can't find an opening, and now taking backs it on. Tremblay carries in. Tremblay racing along the right side. Good job to force her behind the net by Manville. Tremblay able to backhand it towards the blue line. Kept in. Swung across to Lavoie. Lavoie trying to find the puck off the feed from Sharp. Unable to. And in the other way, Taylor cuts left to right. Her shot off the stick of Sharp. We'll just bank it off the end wall. But Taylor there to clean it up. Plays it through the legs of a pair of players. Back towards the stone of the pledge. Plays it off the corner. It was Bonorigi. Now Manville snaps it back to Taylor. Taylor backtracks in her own zone. And off to the right side. Snapped forward. Lachance. Plays it back towards left side. Cutting forward. Taylor Will dump it in. Frustrated at the end of her shift. She'll head off. As it's moved to the right side, Barbosa plays it ahead to start the rush. Labonte into the attacking zone. Barbosa takes it back. Wrister denied there with the mitts. They want to take the draw, headed to Long Island next season. On the other side, be Tegan Flawed, still another year with NAHA. Going back towards Barbosa, can't find her skates. That's the other way, Labonte. Trying to pressure the defensive zone. Instead, it's played ahead. And taken right back, worked over to Flood. Flood clears the half line, flips it into the corner. As LaForge plays it ahead. Thrown in deep by Charlin. Lets a few get off the ice. Tremblay finds in the attack zone, drives towards the net, but off the stick of Murphy. Played towards the middle by LeBisson. Snapped ahead into the attack zone. Tremblay plays it off to the right. Charlin leaves it behind. Shot into the stomach there off the rip from Labonte. Read it the whole way was the netminder. That is the alternate captain, Evelyn Brown. Draw one back by Stanstead. Rip off the draw, rings iron. Charlotte inches away from opening the score. Lavoie throws it towards the opposite post. Didn't get the deflection she wanted from Aubin. Work back towards the blue line, over. Lavoie leaves it towards the middle. Labonte towards that, off the end wall. And kicks behind. Bailing trying to exit it, but kept in as Lavoie pinches. Touch behind Aubin. Aubin plays it towards Tremblay. Tremblay survives a hit, tries to turn towards the end wall. In a puck battle with a pair from NAHA, it's exited out of the zone. Retreating it, Lavoie plays it right to left. Skating ahead, Labonte. Tried to enter it, instead taken away right at the blue line. Racing ahead, Poloni plays it into the corner. Under 7 to go in the period. Charland trying to find entry, taken away by Kaylee Manville. Over to the right side, sent ahead. Ringo played towards the end wall, touched off by D'Alessandro, and then backhanded back behind by LaForge. Up the near side wall, puck comes free, skating and turning. Looking for an option was Taylor, she stripped to the puck. Moseley snaps it ahead off the skate of LaBriche. It moved right to left. Taylor enters. Taylor cuts towards the middle. Shot off the blocker and wide. Trying to turn and find some space. LaBriche, she does. Has support to her right, but a 2-on-3. Moseley, the woman out in front, tied up, trying to get to it as she falls to the ice. Unable to. Vinsky Toth trying to carry it, unable to. Pokes ahead. Vinsky Toth, more international appearances than any player in this game. Has played the World Championships for Hungary, as well as 3 times in the U18s. Closing in on 40 games across all competitions. Played behind by LaChance, and now up the near side. It's played by Richardson towards Taylor. Taylor will touch it ahead. Towards the end wall, LaForge. LaForge slows it down for a moment before emerging from behind the net. Charlotte plays it off the end wall. Richardson there. She'll be called off by Murphy. Murphy walled up and played towards the near side. Hit freeze the puck once again. Jamming at it with Charlotte. Comes behind the net. Hyde turns it towards the blue line. Kept in Lavoie. Played towards the end wall. Finds zone on. Out in front. Bouncing puck sent behind. Murphy still trying to get it out now towards the blue line once again. Snap towards the net and taken away. Long stretch pass just out of reach of Richardson. The Clarkson commit would have been through on net with 4:44 remaining. Instead, an attacking zone draw the other way. Stands to get a fresh 5 on the ice. Johnson wins it back, but out of the dot, Pamplon goes forward, able to tie it up, trying to create a play for Stringer. Poked free for a moment by LaChance, and immediately won back. Hit into the wall, Stringer. Stringer gets rid of it towards the opposite corner. First one there is NAHA's Gruber. Moves it up the right side, looking for options. Gets it tall, snaps it towards the left. Taylor deflects it in. Trying to play it, cutting her off, Labonte. Now moves ahead by Stanstead. Pampelon carries it on. Had an option off to her left, instead plays it around the board. Stringer, the one behind the net, looking for a way to play it, unable to, as it snapped right to left. North American looking to break out. Taylor carrying it in, evades one, backhanded across. Just couldn't find Bakitsky-Toth. Tremblay carries it right side. Tremblay looking for an option, back towards the net. Leaves it behind, off the bench. Shot from Sharp, turned away. Will be tracked down in the corner. The captain moves it towards the blue line. Held for a moment, LaForge. Over to the right side where it's backhanded behind by Sharp. Knocked towards Tremblay, who then has it knocked free before regathering. Skates right to center, looking for an opportunity. Shot kicked wide. LaForge, unable to play it cleanly. Comes behind. LaChance turns it over out in front. Chance there denied. Tremblay had the first opportunity. The second was Charland's. But a dangerous moment in front of Brown goes unpunished as NAHA keep this one level at 0 with 3:11 remaining in the first period. Conversation here between a pair of Stanstead players and the official as we get set for puck drop. 3:11 remain in the period. Reminder, just a brief first intermission, about 2 minutes. No ice cut until after the second period. Littner in the dot. But it comes back to Mailing. Mailing plays it behind. Off to the right side, point in. Left towards Mailing. Mailing towards the left for Gruber. Gruber plays it ahead. Tipped ahead. Johnson exits the zone, but taken back by Sharp. Snaps it forward and quickly in goes LaBriche. Brief circles behind the net. Backhanded out in front. Puck still loose for a moment. Then covered up. Once again, Brown saw it through traffic. Had Moseley right in front of her. With 2:45 to go. A offensive zones draw for Stanstead. Littner in to take it. Behind the net, fighting for it, Moseley. Able to completely free, but kept in for a moment. Sharp pinches. Played it, but unable to control. Comes towards the neutral zone. Littner skates in her own zone. Leaves it off to the left, LaForge. LaForge back to Littner. Carries in before playing it off to the right. And back the other way. Labisser whiffs on her attempt to throw it in deep. It's worked right to left and snapped across. LaForge with space to operate. Moseley's wrister denied there once again. "29 commits between the two schools, 14 for Stanstead, 15 for NAHA. 13 of 14 on Stanstead going to the Division I level, one to play U Sports. Shot there from Lavoie, blocked. Going the other way, but losing the puck. Bakitsky-Toth. Before it's entered, over to the left side, Taylor. Taylor backhander denied, but not secured. And then Zanon there to clean it up. Carries it out of the zone. Toth. Over to Taylor. Taylor in, tries to snap it across the zone, unable to. Comes behind the net, Tomey. Tomey trying to play it ahead. Lifted forward, but knocked down. Pressured is Gruber, but able to compose herself and play it to Mailing, who snaps it to the right. Looking for room to go. Bakitsky-Toth leaves it. Taylor, one-timer. Knocked down out in front. Shot off the end wall. Manville, wrister. Glove save, D'Alessandro. netminders standing on their head here late in the first period. Still scoreless between two of the top scoring offenses in the JWHL. Flood skates in. Attack zone draw, one back, worked over. Manville plays it off to the left. Shot stick explodes in the hands of Labisser. Knocks ahead, skating after, trying to cut to the middle, and doing so Aubin. Pressure comes from behind, leaves it off. Shot glove. Lanier unable to open the scoring. The back check there from NAHA to prevent Aubin from getting a clean look off. Aubin, one of the leading scorers on this roster, a first-team All-Star selection. Lanier take the draw, Aubin off to her right, and Charlin to the left as the draw one back, but controlled NAHA's. Coloni carries it ahead, taken away right near the blue line. LaForge swings it over to the right side, ahead Labonte. Her stretch pass taken away, stick in the lane there by Flood. Played ahead, controlled Labonte. Labonte plays it off to the left side, LaForge swings it ahead. Aubin plays it ahead and controlled by Charlin into the corner. Closing seconds of the period here. Flood clears the blue line, enters the attacking zone. 12 to go in the period as it's knocked free, circled around, waiting for it. Stringer knows she can tie it up and take us to the end of the period. That's what Stanstead will opt to do. Comes free with just a few seconds remaining. And the final horn sounds. A scoreless first period. Strong performance by both D'Alessandro of Stanstead and Brown of North American Hockey Academy. We'll be back in just a moment for the second period of the JWHL semifinals. Sides flip around, no ice cup between the first and second periods here in the JWHL playoffs. Extended conversation with his squad from Tony Milano, the head coach of North American Hockey Academy. It's Stanstead waiting out near the face-off dot for the better part of a minute as now set to go. LeChance glides in, but it's Tremblay who wins it. Over to Aubin. Aubin trying to find an opening as she does get it back to Tremblay. Tremblay in the corner. Touches it down towards Lavoie. Lavoie plays it behind the net. Looking for an angle to get a pass off Charlin. Charlin hits the ice. Does get the pass off and taken away. Pakitsky tall to the right side. Cuts in. Backhands it off to the right. Snaps back. Pakitsky top. Shot score! Takes just 32 seconds into period number 2 for the Brown commit to make it 1-0. Ball set up the play, quickly got the feed back. And a 1-0 lead here for North American Hockey Academy. They've been the dominant team in this league since its founding. But we're considered the underdogs entering the tournament. They've played good hockey over the past couple of days, and now Stanstead, who've been the best team all season, find themselves down a goal here in an elimination game. Lanier wins it back. Chahier turns it over. Richardson in. Left back, Hyde. Shot, hits a body out in front. It trickles into the corner. Labonte tried to play now. Looking to skate around Richardson, unable to. Richardson towards the corner, pressured from behind. Backhands it. And now tied up once again. Labisser over the left side, played forward. Rich gave a chase, just couldn't track it down cleanly. Now it's Richardson, plays it across. Labisser unable to control. Back the other way, knocked off the puck. Was Nanon. Flood snaps it across off the middle of the netliner and goes off the opposite side wall. Richardson plays it behind. Flood towards Richardson. Taking a hit in the corner. Flood still on the ice. Puck right near her as she makes her way to her feet. Zanon trying to dig it out. Now comes free. Hit there from Manville. Knocks the puck loose. Thrown towards the net front off the feed from Plenty, but can't find the deflection from Labisser. Maloney played ahead. Morden walled up by a pair. And knocked loose. Plenty trying to get it loose. Still looking to jam it out as a pair of Stanstead players stumble on top of it. Now comes free, but they're waiting for it. LaForge played down ice towards the net. Netminder will play to Stanstead, try to change. Looking to beat the change here. But Arrigo moved ahead, took a deflection, but offsides the call is Morden net. $17:22 to go in the period. Scoring opened just minutes ago from the Hungarian international. The draw one back, sent forward by Aubin. Tremblay pursues. Held by the goal scorer, but Kitski-Toth, who wraps it around. Gruber hits the ice. Puck knocked free from Charlin. Out in front. Tremblay looking to put it home. Couldn't get to go. Charlin cleans it up. Snaps to the right side. Back down. Tremblay shot. Deflected up and over the crossbar. Looking for is Devontae. Played behind the net, but Tremblay unable to find. It's Manling looking to escape. She plays behind her own net. LaChance plays it around Tremblay. Manling has it taken back by Charlin. Sent across into the skates of Aubin, but she couldn't find it. The other way, Bakitsky-Toth moves it towards the middle. LaChance snaps one towards the net, but glove with 16:28 to go. These two teams have been the top programs in recent years. Both looking to claim a title at the U19 level. Kept in the zone. Skating forward, Richardson throws it towards the net. Glove. The work to do over the next 2 days. Winner of this one in the final, and the other semifinal happening right across the hallway, will meet in the early game tomorrow morning. Sharp plays it out. LaForge skates back towards her end line, over to Sharp, snaps it ahead. Barbosa plays it ahead, takes a deflection, and Kneeling will turn, tries to snap it ahead, but taken away. Shot here, knocked down in front, still loose. Barbosa plays it towards the net. Can't get it to go. Stringer was there, now receives the pass down low from Sharp. Taken back by NAHA. Richardson looking for a way out. Hit frees it in the neutral zone, inadvertently off the skates of Emma Kaido, who had come off the bench. Would have been offsides. It was offsides. when she touched it with numbers already in the zone. Moves across to the right side. Poloni left behind. Go plays it forward. Poloni snaps it right to left. Manville off the end wall. Touch back. D'Alessandro. Forward by Shu. Snapped back towards her by Greneau, but unable to find it. Now she goes all the way towards the corner and tracks it down. Out in front, backhanded towards the net. Follow-up effort off the post, and no. It was Shu who was the closest. The wall shot blocker to side. Manville behind the net, plays it towards the right side. Poloni. It's a huge shot. It's Manville who takes the head and is down. Now the first whistle of the game after an open ice hit on the Merrimack pledge. Zoe Charland headed to the box. Two-way forward. That's finishing her stint with Stanstead College. Stringer wins it back. Richardson trying to find an opening. Moves it back with Kitsky-Toth. Moves it towards the blue liner. Skating in. Wrister knocked away off the rip from Taylor. It'll trickle all the way to the neutral zone. Mailing finds. Mailing right to left towards her captain Taylor. Taylor to Mailing. Mailing up the left side. Clears the half line. Trying to enter. Gets around Zanon as she chases. But turning and evading is Stanstead's the forward before it's tied up in the corner. 40 gone in the power play. And NAHA looking to double their advantage and really push the pressure on Stanstead. Mailing unable to get a clean piece of it. Comes out towards the neutral zone. Kitsky-Toth gives it up. Taylor touches it over. Snapped forward. Lachance ahead. Richardson. Richardson into the zone. Plays it around the end wall. Pops up on the half wall for a moment. And then sent down ice. Played ahead by the netminder. Trying to catch Stanstead changing. Kitsky-Toth. Left to right into the zone. Cutting out in front. Snaps it across. A little too much on it as it bounces by Taylor. Racing forward, short-handed. Taking it into the zone. Mosley. Her shot knocked ahead. Richardson. Tapped back. Kitsky-Toth. Taylor to Murphy. Murphy. Near the end line. Snaps it back towards Taylor. Taylor holding over to the left side. Lauder towards Taylor. Taylor holding. Shot off the end wall. Sharp there to exit it. And that'll do it. Back to 5-on-5 out of the box. And immediately going on the forward check is Charlotte. As a whiff on a clearance gives the puck to Charlotte. Snapped cross ice. Played out in front. Bouncing puck. Played towards the deep pair. Bunted down by Lavoie towards Aubin. Unable to play it cleanly. Back up ice. Comes Lebisser. Over to Poloni. Into the zone. In the offside speed to Lebisser. 12-11 to go. 1-0 to score. And NAHA out in front. And a neutral zone draw coming up. Draw one back by Stanstead. Banked ahead, touched ahead by Aubin. But quickly the other way. Poloni. Looking for an option, turns it over, moves right to left by Tremblay. Tremblay's got to drag the skate, it does. Back towards Aubin, just doesn't connect. Partial rush developing into the attacking zone. Holding, shot goes wide. Maloney can't put it towards the net off the feed from LeBisser. LaForge into the zone, Tremblay. Tremblay looking for an option shot, blocked. It was LeShan's out in front. This one dumped in, but Stanstead have to touch up and change. Trying to beat the change ahead here, but Hitzke tall. Towards Taylor. Taylor cut shot. Denied there. Played off towards the side by Tomey. Then out of the zone, Mayling will recollect. Turns, fires ahead. Taylor. Taylor across from Hitzke tall. Towards the net, blocked. Lavoie. Lavoie up the right side. Towards the neutral zone. Hitzke told. Still holding. Plays it down towards the end wall. Bounces by LeShan. She now finds it in the corner. Up towards Bonarigo, but a whistle. As the net off its moorings with 10:39 to go. Nearing the midway mark in this one. Draw here, it's Morden. A little win as this one's played ahead, trying to play it to herself. Is Chenier, unable to as quickly the other way. Looking for space, Morden, forced to play it back behind, but Hitzke told. Going up towards the right side, hit ahead, Poloni. Moved left to right, and then lifted high into the attacking zone. Chase is on, isolating off. Chenier trying to pressure, can't find the puck back as Poloni snaps it ahead, giving Chase, trying to knock it ahead. Johnson carries it into the zone. A lot of traffic between her and the net. It's the first one there to know who knocks it loose. Labonte. Manville. And over towards Aubin. Richardson trying to play it. Falls as she does. Dangerous opportunity there. Cleared. Big exit by Lara Murphy. With her defensive partner on the ice, but the threat not over yet. Towards Lavoie. Lavoie through traffic off the end wall with the rip. Rish has it knocked loose by Murphy. Murphy with the play to free it for Flood. Flood cut off. Mosley back towards the blue line. Shot blocked from Labonte. She skates in. A second block denies her as well. Richardson had the first. Flood had the second. As now back entering again. Labonte tried her luck again. Throws it towards the corner. Back towards Grinnell. Grinnell plays it down. The feed back to her. Just out of reach. Hitzke toss. Over the half line. She'll dump it in. She chases as well as the other four change. Trying to beat the change. Sends four, but not a ton on it. Not able to play it in. No. Offside's the call. 8:24 to go, and a fresh 5 for Stanstead. That includes Tremblay. Headed off to Wisconsin next year, the number 2 seed right now in the NCAA tournament. Looking to defend their crown. This one banked ahead as Tremblay enters. Big defensive stand initially to slow her down. Now plays it out in front. Bouncing puck. Just can't find anyone. Rush the other way. Thrown in deep by Taylor. In the corner. Puck battle. Hitzke Toth, one of the two, but she's unable to find it. Tremblay snaps it right to left. Charland played it across ice and then exited the other way. Hitzke Toth takes a hit right as she crosses the half line. Played off of Taylor's stick on the exit attempt. She'll carry it back in. Taylor backhands it towards the net. Knocked down out in front. Backhanded away towards the outside. Charlin there. He carries it over. 3-on-3 into the zone. As this one kicked aside. Charlin finds it again. Snaps it off the snow in front of the bench of Stanstead. And then Sharp throws it down. Mailing. Holds. 7 minutes and change in the period. Played behind the net. Poloni. Lachance ahead. It rolls through everyone. Races on. He'll check up shy of the goal line. Johnson was in pursuit, but merging with the puck, Lavoie. Up the right side, into the attacking zone. The wrister blocker it into the corner. Stringer plays it off. Rodrigo gave it up, now played ahead, set ahead so Johnson and the rest of her line can get off the ice, but Stanstead the other way. Hops over the stick of Stringer. Played ahead, Olivia Rodrigo. Retrieving it behind her own net and skating forward, almost losing the puck, was Lily LaForge. Gets it towards Stringer. Stringer flutters it ahead towards Pampelon. 6 minutes to go in the period. Still 1-0 NAHA here in the second. Mandeville behind the net. Rodrigo up to Flood. Flood whiffs on it in her own zone, but at the second effort, able to get it up ice to Levisser. Plays it into the zone. Richardson trying to cut towards that. And playing it away was Labonte, almost in a disaster. This one covered up. Labonte got the stick on it to push it behind. Landed on the roof of that cage at 6 inches lower. A disaster in the defensive zone for Stanstead. Already down a goal in this one. LaForge off the ice. Lavoie on, the only substitution made. Draw one to herself, thrown across the ice by Lachance. Nobody home there as that's going wide before it's worked over. Net loose again as it comes to Hyde. And the second time this net's come loose, it'll at least stall out a promising opportunity for NAHA. Poloni in for the Missers. This one thrown towards the net, deflected, scores! Off the draw. Aniva Hyde makes it 2-0. A correction on that. That'll be the second goal of the game for Bagitsky-Tolf. As the Hungarian forward makes it 2-0. We played our college hockey about 20 minutes south of here in Providence at Brown in the ECAC. And what a pickup that's looking to be. Brown in the rankings this season. It's been a really resurgent stretch for that program as they've had the best 2 years in program history. Driving towards that, the backhander, falling to the ice, kick, redirected, was Labriche. Beausoleil down towards the end wall, trying to undercut everyone. As Pampelon are unable to. This one thrown down ice, clock ticks under 5 to go in the period as the arm goes up, icing the call. .4:58 to go. Gruber off the draw win, trying to find space. Played off to her left. Johnson has it poked back. Johnson right at the red line, gives it up. Beausoleil finds the teammate behind it and swung right to left to Labonte. Labonte plays it head into the zone. Labriche gives it up, shot there denied. Still loose behind off the attempt from Littner. Snapped cross, Poloni. And racing behind her to find it, Morden. Goes away, races towards the center. Banked it off the player, stayed in the zone. It was Bonarigo who initially had that block. She finds again, tries to backhand out of the zone, tied up. Johnson, the NAHA player there, but it's worked free by Tremblay. Tremblay loses it as Bonarigo sends it off the end wall. It's going to be Tremblay who's going to have to step up for the Stanstead team. Just over 23 and a half minutes to overturn a 2-goal deficit. Shot gloved and secured off the attempt from Charlotte. Tremblay in the attacking zone draw, but it's won back by Lachance. And hitting the ice there, making the play, but turning it over. Tremblay snaps out in front, bouncing puck towards the end wall off the attempt from Aubin. Work towards the blue line, over to the left side of LaForge. LaForge deflected by Aubin, almost fooled the netminder. Charlotte finds in the corner, able to secure it over to Tremblay. Tremblay had it for a moment, then lost track of the puck as she's tied up, works it back to LaForge, snaps it over to the right side, played towards the end wall. Giving chase was Aubin, unable to get there before it was spun around towards the near side. McKinsey Toth already 2 goals. She plays it off to Taylor. Taylor right back. McKinsey Toth off the end wall, banks over to Taylor. Taylor leaves it behind the net, found it, and gets it right back. Over to McKinsey Toth. Cutting, trying to find space. Lachance. Kept in the zone. Lachance for a moment. Now exited down. Icing the call. 2:33 to go. And it's been a fantastic period of hockey for NAHA. Local program. Based in Braintree, about 25 minutes from the New England Sports Village. This one comes behind. Certainly the shorter drive of the two, with Stanstead coming all the way down from Quebec. Richardson stripped of the puck. Head knocked to the ice. Barbosa has it, unable to exit the zone. Bounces right towards her teammate Lavoie. Lavoie plays it ahead. So dumped it forward. Murphy tracks, finds it behind her own net, and tries to play it up the near side. Richardson had it, lost it. Stringer touched it down, but taken away. Richardson all by herself. Now support coming from behind. Tried to play it towards the corner. Never made it there before Lavoie plays it. Out towards the neutral zone, taken back Flood, and dumped into her own bench with 1:49 to go. Both sides change. And it seems like survival mode for Stanstead, just trying to get to the locker room here and regroup. Laponte to LaForge. LaForge into the zone, giving chase. Fenier able to secure it over Zanol. Back towards the blue wire, and then receives it right back from LaForge. Trying to fight it free along the sidewall. This one elevated off the glass and around. Looking to cut it off at the angle with Charlotte. Charlotte tied up. Taylor using the stick trying to jam it free, but it's the other number 11 who comes crashing in, Chenier. Minute 10 of the period, it comes free, falling to her knees. Zanol tried to send it towards net, but was blocked and exited, wrapped around the boards and into Labonte. Chasing into the corner, goes Chenier. Chenier hits the ice. Her teammate waiting for it is Charlotte, looking to get it loose as we tick under a minute to play. Snap towards the blue line, shot towards that, deflected, bouncing puck on the crossbar and over. Stanstead can't believe it. Charlotte inches away from cutting the deficit to 1. And both teams have had one hit that crossbar and just land on the roof of the cage. 49 seconds remain in the period, and Stanstead agonizingly close from cutting this to a 1-goal game. Top unit over the boards for Stanstead. Attacking zone draw last shift before the ice is clean. A fresh sheet of ice for the third period. Tremblay circles into the dot. Off to her left is Charlotte, the Vermont pledge. The right is Aubin. Tremblay able to work it back to LaForge. LaForge holds down to Tremblay, up to LaForge. Snaps it towards Tremblay. LaForge tries to tip it over towards Tremblay. Didn't get there cleanly, but Tremblay pokes it towards the corner. Aubin trying to play with 35 on a power play opportunity here for Stanstead. Tremblay over to the right. Snapped across. Littner leaves it down. Short angle. Didn't get a ton on it. Charlotte over to Tremblay. Clock hits 20. 30 gone on the power play. Tremblay circles. Uses the screen. Wrist to score! And the gold medal winner at the U18 World Championships, Rosalie Tremblay, makes it 2-1. A crucial power play goal with just 14 remaining in the second period. Stanstead back within one. Said it would have to be their captain that would need to step up, and she does in a big way late in period number 2. That play started on the right side of the zone. Tremblay and LeBlanc just play pitch and catch. LeBlanc going to go play with Tremblay's sister next season at BC. But it's the Wisconsin commit who finds the goal. And quickly back on the attack here, thrown into the closing seconds. Off the skate of Barbosa. And that'll do it for the period. 2-1. Stanstead College find their breakthrough. Back within a goal. We'll step aside and then return for the third period of the JWHL semifinals. Here for the second period. Stanstead College pull one back late in the second as Rosalie Tremblay cuts to a one-goal game. North American Hockey Academy started the scoring with a pair from Poglarka Bahitsky-Toth. Now looking for an equalizer, played to the center by Labonte, but knocked away before Charlotte could play cleanly. Turning, looking for an option. Up ice, loose the stick, Gruber, the arm goes up. And a power play coming up for NAHA. 0 for 1 on the day so far. And it's Laurie Aubin going to the box. Aubin, a first-teamer in the JWHL this season. She'll go to Connecticut. UConn won their first-ever NCAA tournament game on Thursday. They're competing for a spot in their first Frozen Four today, as this one's covered up. They'll face off against Penn State, also looking for a first trip, and then Frozen Four held in Penn State this season. Draw control by NAHA, work back towards the blue line. Mailing off to the right side. Sent across ice, Taylor. Taylor down towards the end wall. Richardson sees it go right by her towards Lebisser, who backhands it back towards Taylor, towards Richardson. Richardson wanted to go to Taylor, instead taken away. Flung down ice by Zanon and retrieved by NAHA. Touched by the netminder first. That's Brown. Over to the left side. Lebisser leaves it behind. Back towards Taylor. Taylor skates for a few into the zone. Was slowed up by Zanon, but finds it again along the side wall. Nearly a must-kill here for Stanstead. Down one here in the third. Played down by Taylor and cleared down ice by Lily LaForge. Forge a Dartmouth pledge. Going up to Northern New Hampshire next year. Mailing snaps to the right side. Attempted play out of the zone by Sharp, unable to. And back into the right side shot. Saved there. LaChance had the opportunity. So Sondra got the body in front of it. 2/3 of the way through the kill. Mailing thought about coming out the right side. Instead, Payton goes behind and then plays it off to Lebisser. Lebisser played it ahead towards LaChance, who backtracks. Down to just 20 on the power play as it's played towards Taylor. Taylor retreats towards the center line, back into her own half, and then into her own zone. Whips on her initial pass, but enough space to find it again forward to Murphy. Murphy ahead to LaChance. LaChance right to Richardson into the zone, knocked free of the puck by the alternate captain, in towards the side wall. It bounces towards Murphy, plays it down to Richardson. Couldn't corral it cleanly, and we return to 5-on-5 as it stays in the zone. Taylor sent down towards the goal line. Flood played across towards Murphy. Murphy, conservative play, doesn't pinch as it's played down ice. Aubin out of the box, giving a chase. Won't get there before Taylor plays it off to the right side, around towards the bench. Makes an awkward hop to Tremblay. Tremblay has it knocked free by Poloni. Kept in the zone by LaForge, and then taken away back the other way. Poloni. And played towards the netminder, paddles it into the corner. Aubin trying to dig it out and almost knocked it at Tremblay. It sent right back into the wall. Tremblay over to Charlin. Charlin back to Tremblay. On the right side, touches it back. Charlin out wide. Went to snap it across. Didn't make it towards Tremblay. She was knocked down anyway. It's Aubin who finds it back towards the blue liner. Skating in, shot blocked. Was Labonte trying to get it by. Comes towards Tremblay. Shot blocked again. Puck still bouncing around. Looking to dig it out with Charlotte. Didn't find it. It comes to the neutral zone where LaForge collects. LaForge turns up ice. Clears the blue line. Played out in front, but deflected behind by Mandeville. And along the end wall. In the corner, Mandeville begins her setup ice. She'll flick it towards the NESV logo at center ice, where it's played ahead by Tomey. Cutting right to left, Pamplon. Pamplon shot knocked down off the stick of Klein. And played towards the near side ahead It's Johnson. Takes a hit, but bounces off the leg of Pamplona to stay in the zone. Works down, Stringer back towards Pamplona. Pamplona on a hit from Johnson into the wall. Play back towards the end line. Barbosa there. Barbosa sends it out in front, but the only one waiting for it is Ellie Mailing of NAHA. Unable to fly the zone. Shot there, knocked out in front. LeBlanc couldn't get it through. Had a body out in front of his Stringer. Stringer just couldn't get it. LeBlanc wants the one-timer, just out of reach for that. Does turn, flings it towards the net, deflected, and somehow not in. Stringer got the stick on it. Brown fortunate to get the mitt on it with 15:06 to go. Bemidji skate commit, net front there, almost equalizes. Draw back towards the blue line. Knocked out by Kitski-Tolf. Well, tried to play it out, never got there. The Hungarian once again has it poked free. Towards the middle there, finds its way Zanon. Zanon races in, offsides. Tremblay just fractions of a skate blade over that blue line, and a very tight offsides call to deny an attacking opportunity for Stanstead. Tremblay to the right. Fenier on the left. The draw, Zanon, one back towards Labonte, moves it over LaForge. LaForge over the half line and off the end wall. Manville over to Taylor. Taylor pressured, gives it up. Labonte throws the shot off the blocker of the netminder and all the way off the roof with 14:25 to go. Relatively low roofs here. I've seen some places lower. And that one just took a high ricochet right off the netminder's blocker. Back towards the blue line. Couldn't be kept in off the draw. Labonte skates back and finds. She'll play it over to LaForge. LaForge to Labonte. Labonte banks it ahead. Took a deflection, chasing it in. LaBriche. The first one there is Richardson. Or correction, is Hyde. Hyde on the near side. Had it knocked loose for a moment. Littner finds. Littner trying to carry it in, unable to. Off to her right, it was LaBriche who couldn't hold the line as she skidded in past the blue line. Back end into the corner, Richardson. Richardson behind Flood. Flood snaps it to the right side. Richardson in. Played across Flood. Just couldn't catch it cleanly, but waiting to back it up, Murphy. Murphy out in front, bouncing puck cleared away from Richardson, who was out in front. It was Labonte who started the attack up to Moseley, who sent to the ice and played over to Flood. Flood jams it right by Lavoie. Sharp tried to go to the right side. Does trickle to Charlotte, who plays it ahead. Tremblay with momentum into the zone, circles behind. Snaps it towards the blue line, over to Lavoie. Lavoie on the right side, shot off the post. Finds it herself, and up into the netting and out of the rink. Face-off coming up here with 13:03 to go. Lavoie and Sharp, the defensive pairing. Back to Sharp. Sharp through traffic. Kicked into the corner. Aubin tracks it down. Wraps it around towards Tremblay. Lavoie pinches. Able to keep it in. Able to tie it up as Tremblay works it free. Thrown towards the net by Charlotte. Had a cutter out in front. Just couldn't get there in time. It was Aubin who now finds it. Aubin looking for room. Has the stick knocked out of her hand. No whistle. Played around. LaForge. Into Tremblay's stick. Tremblay trying to dangle through traffic, but Johnson kicks it free. Over to Sharp, ahead and tipped in. Stringer played it in, followed in by Charlotte. Charlotte almost wins the puck cleanly, but unable to, as it's Lachance. Sent towards the bench side, back across ice by Bakitsky-Tall. Gruber Leaves it behind Mailing. Mailing. Over to Quinn Taylor. Quinn Taylor snaps it across ice. Closing on it was Lanier, but unable to escape the zone. Taylor with space. Taylor enters on the left. Snaps it towards the right. Almost tape to tape with the Shands. Just can't connect cleanly enough to get the shot off. But around the boards, waiting for it is Barbosa. She'll find a way out. The Connecticut College pledge plays it forward. Stringer. Off the end wall and around. Kaido sends it off the end wall, waiting for it. Poderigo. Mandeville plays it off to the left side. Will bank ahead towards Taylor. Taylor. Back down, Stringer. It's Mandeville who collects. Mandeville. Over. Poderigo looking for an option. Played it ahead. It was tied up. It comes right back to her. Over 9 minutes gone in the period. Still a 2-1 hockey game. And stripped of it on the blue line. Tremblay finds it. Tremblay driving towards the net. Gets the shot off, but not towards the net. Not a lot of power on it. It's a shot altered by a pair of defenders right on her. Denal can't find it as it's worked around by Taylor. And exited in the zone. Binsky Tall throws it towards the net. And she'll certainly be the player of the game in this one, unless Tremblay can help lead her team back in it. But can't get the touch there, icing the call. And with 10:23 to go, NAHA into the attacking zone. Draw coming up here. Draw one back, finds its way Lavoie. Lavoie plays it towards the left side, out of the zone. Getting a stick on it, Muslin keeps some momentum, but quickly set back the other way. Labonte backtracks. Labonte has an option in Lavoie. That's where she goes. Lavoie paws it down. Labonte able to play it ahead. Labrish knocked into the zone, quickly taken back Murphy. Murphy ahead towards Taylor. Taylor loses the puck. Litner played it the other way. Murphy receives it. Murphy lifts it towards the defensive parent, bunts it over. Lavoie over to the left side, looking for space. Labonte carries it in. Labonte enters on the left. Handles shot. Bounces wide off the save. Mosley closed down on it, just couldn't find the angle on the shot. Liberish cutting in. Evades Flood. Sends it out in front. Tremblay can't get the shot off. Skate right out in front of her. Flood able to find it. She skates ahead. Flood enters. All 5 back for Stanstead. She throws it off the opposite corner. Will trickle towards the blue line. Played back down and around into the corner. Sharp collects. Sharp will send it towards the blue line, towards Tremblay. Tremblay into the attacking zone, races towards the net, feeds it across, shot, blocked, sliding play there. Danica Morton gets the body in front of it as the Sacred Heart commit able to keep it a 1-goal advantage for NAHA. Tremblay once again finds. She'll put it in towards the corner for Mailing. Backhands it across the zone. Gruber behind the net. And no call there, as sent to the ice is Aubin. And another Stanstead player wipes out behind the play untouched. Up towards Poloni. And just out of the zone. Over the half line, sent down by Johnson, trying to beat the change the other way. Into the zone on the right side. Charlin sends it towards the net, pushed wide. Mahitsky, Etolf, tried to play it out, unable to. Once again, it's Charlotte behind the net, pressured by Barrigo. Barrigo looking to jam it free. And able to get it loose to herself was Charlotte. Charlotte towards the blue line, kept in. Played off the side wall by Barbosa. Snapped out in front by Chenier, but too much on it to connect with Litner. Taylor backhands it in. Those minutes ticking by fast if you're a Stanstead fan. And feeling like an eternity for NAHA. Under 8 minutes to go. Played cross ice. Into the zone off the feed from Zonon. Into Chenier. Snap towards the net. Sitting along the end wall. There to retrieve Litner. Plays it towards the blue line. LaFord shot. Catches his stick. Goes towards the corner. Taylor thought about challenging for it. Instead, Zonon plays it out. Out in front. Litner shot. deflected up and out, 7:18 to go. Stanstead threatening, still can't find the equalizer. Some rivalries here between players in this one. You got a BC and a BU commit, one on each side. And then on the same side for North American Hockey Academy, two going to the big rivals, but a moment in that is this one. Into the attacking zone, looking to put it away. Richardson snaps it left to right. Shot through traffic, denied. It was Flood. Try to play it back up to Flood, but unable to with this error. Tied up along the wall, trying to work it free. Pampelon knocked it loose, Labonte. Up to Richardson, 6:30 to go. As it comes towards the center line, Murphy sends it over to the right. Carried near the half line and then sent forward before a whistle comes in off the clearance by Hyde and hit someone in the away bench. Mentioned you got a rivalry on the NAHA team. Sophie Klein going to Williams, Eva Hyde going to Amherst College. On the football field, those two play in the littlest big game in America. Big rivalry in all sports between the two schools. They'll play in the same conference next season at the NCAA levels. And right here, teammates in the semifinals of JWHL. Breaking into the zone, playing it off the end wall of Lavoie. Came towards Tremblay, but Taylor played it first. Puck freed by Aubin. Towards the opposite side, sent back down by Sharp. Towards Lavoie, trying to get towards Tremblay. Tremblay, shot blocked. Out in front, Gruber able to get the body on it. Sharp sends it down towards the end wall. Aubin up to Lavoie. Lavoie shot blocked. Race on for this one. Big opportunity if Taylor can find it, but Lavoie able to shield her away from the puck as Sharp plays it. Sharp up to Tremblay. Tremblay enters with 5:25 to go. Four change behind her. Takes a hit as she goes into the wall. Loses the puck. Would expect her to play much of the last 5 minutes as head coach Bernie Pim's going to know their best shot to find an equalizer with her on the ice. Quick breather here as she'll check out. 5:12 to go. Offsides the call. Draw one off to the right. It's Zanon who plays it back. Snapped across the zone. The Forge sends it across the ice. Shot kicked wide off the rip from Zanon, but kept it at the blue line by Labonte. Thrown off the end wall. A lot of traffic there. Initially, Sponarego who plays it forward, then back to her after she initially tried to send it up ahead. Work towards the left side, Mandeville. Under 5 to go, back towards the Stonehill Pledge. Plays it forward, lifted down ice, gloved down, LaForge. LaForge backhands it across, carried in. Sado plays it cross ice, but tipped away before Chenier could play it cleanly. She goes towards the corner and headed the other way. Into the zone on the left side. Throws it just wide, LeMisser. Now fresh onto the ice, Aubin, the first over for the top line. Played ahead, Aubin will give chase, but it'll trickle towards the blue liners of NAHA. Played up to Flood, she plays towards the neutral zone. Top unit on. Lavoie plays ahead and into the zone. Giving chase as it's sent towards the blue line and out. Lavoie, physical play right on the boards. Puck comes free behind. And a whistle here, 3:47 to go. That net's still occupied for Stanstead College. Not sure for how long. A neutral zone draw with Tremblay to take. This one fired down ice, icing the call as Labonte sends it. 3:40 to go. Both coaches still have their timeouts. And NAHA have weathered the storm here in the third period. They've done a good job shutting down the comeback bid of Stanstead. As this one sent back towards the end wall. Charland trying to play it ahead, catches a stick and finds it again herself as she takes the zone. Charland leaves it behind Tremblay, shot blocked. And who else in front of that one than McKinsey Toth as she goes to the wall. 2 goals today for her, but this one stays in the zone. Labonte, shot off the end wall. Bounces towards Taylor, played behind the net. Gruber back towards the left side. Mailing looking to turn up ice. She'll play it down, out of the zone. Lavoie poked it free to Aubin, trickles back towards Labonte. Played into the zone, cutting towards the middle. Charlotte left it off to the left. Tremblay shot block. Follow-up effort towards the net and covered. Not a lot on that one. It was 2:51 to go. An offensive zone draw. The second line over the boards here for Stanstead College. And maybe a timeout coming. And that'll be the call. Timeout used by Stanstead. Himmel will use his here with 2:51 remaining to score 2-1. The only goal scorer for Stanstead College, number 8, Rosalie Tremblay, the JWHL Player of the Year, won the Liz Target Player of the Year award. And the NAHA, both goals, Boglakar Bakitsky Toth, the Hungarian-born forward, headed to Brown University next season. Mentioned earlier, she's played 4 U18 World Juniors. Has represented our country twice at the World Championships. D'Alessandro still on the ice for now. And now she'll step over the boards. 6-on-5, offensive zone draw. Playoff semifinals here, JWHL action. It's the number 2 versus the number 3. And right now, the favorite entering the tournament on the brink of elimination. The 6 on the ice, Tremblay, Pampelon, Aubin, Labonte, Lavoie, and Charlotte. 6 NCAA Division I commits take the ice here. As Stanstead College win it back. Lavoie plays it down, snapped across and into the mitt. An early attempt there from Charlotte. Four conferences, 6 schools represented here. On this 6-on-5 opportunity, Taylor wins the puck, plays it back. Looking for a way out is Gruber. Gruber plays it off to the right side. Mailing had it for a moment. Tremblay wins it free. Back to Lavoie. Lavoie over to the right side. Labonte towards the net front. Bouncing shot off the rip from Lavoie. Couldn't find a rebound. Cleared. And a chance to skate forward. Bakitsky Toth into the zone. And can't find a hat trick to seal it. Bouncing puck. And now she puts it home. All 3 goals today belong to the Brown University Pledge as North American Hockey Academy on the brink of a trip to the JWHL Championship game on Sunday. .208 to go in a stunner here in the opening round. As it's played down ice again, that minor back in Arcades D'Alessandro. Through on net, knocked behind off the shot from Richardson. Puck out in front, trying to escape free Lanier. Lanier off to the right side. Mosley try to play it forward, quickly throw it behind. Played off the sidewall, banked ahead, LaGrish. Gloved it down, played forward, LaForge. Into the zone, tried to send it over, back to 6-on-5. But as soon as D'Alessandro left her crease, a turnover in the attacking zone. Mandeville trying to pot it from her own zone, and just inches wide of the post. Icing the call, 1:21 to go. Top unit back over for Stanstead College. And they need a goal this time down. They want enough on that clock to have a chance to overturn a 2-goal deficit. Thrown towards the end wall on the draw. Aubin gave chase. Now Tremblay trying to throw her body around. Puck stayed in the zone. Labonte just got enough on it. Played it over towards Tremblay. Was cleared out, but Aubin got a body on to keep it in. Over to Aubin. Shot. Flies high. Puck bounces over the stick of Charlotte. Now she throws it out in front. Attempt there. Litner doesn't go. Back towards the D-line. Lavoie plays it down. Out in front. Redirected and covered up. Litner trying to cut it to 1. 50 seconds to go. And no change here. Same 6 stay out. And just a shocked look on the away bench right now as this one towards the end wall. Aubin plays it back up. Down towards Charlotte. And this one sent down ice. That'll go wide as Morden puts it all the way down. 36.5 to go. Only change Zanon on. Litner off for perhaps the final time in her JWHL career. One back, trying to find an angle, get the shot off with Charlotte. It comes right to the winger off the bench, unable to play it cleanly. Bouncing puck now settles out of the zone. Trying to find her way back in. Lavoie does. Cutting through traffic, shot falling to her knees from Tremblay. Banks off the end wall. Labonte, 12 to go, finds space, shot, deflected, scores! Just a tick under 10 remaining. They get one back. Now we'll see how they opt to draw this up. This is where not having your timeout hurts. Can't draw anything off of your own face-off. Have to hope you practice this one, and a little bit of confusion here as it's knocked ahead, but it's played down ice by Mailing, icing the call. Clock ran a couple extra seconds, and Stanstead not thrilled with it. But that's a mistake there from North American Hockey Academy. Can't ice the puck in that spot, knowing it's a 1-goal game, and now all of a sudden with 3.8 to go, enough time to win a draw, maybe get one pass off, and play it off to someone. Putting time back on the clock here, it appears. The officials talking with the official scorer. But that's the one thing you can't do in that spot. You're better off just skating back into your own end towards the corner. Because now you give Stanstead a chance to set themselves. Have Tremblay in the dot as it's tied up, and doing exactly what she had to do the other way, though, was the center. A fantastic game from Bakitsky-Toth. This one comes to the end wall. She has the hat trick and ties up the last straw just long enough for time to expire on Stanstead College as North American Hockey Academy punch their ticket to Championship Sunday. A 3-2 victory behind the hat trick. A pair of goals, too little for Stanstead College, including one for Tremblay. And that'll do it. Stanstead knocked out here in the semifinals. It's the team out of Braintree, Massachusetts that'll play for the championship, North American Hockey Academy. For myself, Chris Vogel, for the rest of us at the JWHL, thank you for tuning in to this one. We'll be back shortly for the next contest.